So in this video, we're going to be talking about Kustomize CLI. Now, Kustomize has a good number of command line options or flags that we can use on the terminal to be able to customize, create, or modify resources, just like we have in the customization file. And in this video, we'll take a look at a good number of them, starting with the build command, which we have been using in the last couple of videos to be able to run hydration on a set of Kubernetes manifest resources from our customization file. We're going to take a look at the completion command as well, which we can use to generate shell completion scripts. The config CFG, which is used to read and write configurations. You have the create, which can actually use to create a customization file based on either the manifest that you have in the current directory or even a subset of the directory that you're currently in. So you can run like a recursive flag on the create command to be able to identify or automatically auto-detect resources that are in subdirectories. You have the edit to edit a customization file. You have the function, which can be used for running functions against configurations, and this is something maybe for super advanced users who want to customize their customizations, to work in different ways. You have the help command, which gives you additional information about certain Kustomize CLI options. And you have the version command, which we've used in the past to print the version of our customized installation. So let's get into it. Now, back in my code directory, you see we have this KCLI directory in here. Now, if you just go on and expand that, it's the same with the WordPress example we've been using in the past. You have a base and now you have a deploy directory in here. Now, all it does is just the same thing we had before, just a simple customization file in here. Okay, so we're going to try to generate some of the items we have in here using some of the CLI tools we have and see how far we can go. If I do a customize help, okay, which we've used in the past, you can see the available customize CLI commands that we have: build, CFG, completion, everything we've seen a couple of minutes ago. And there are a few alpha commands in here for generating documentation and a few other things as well. So I'll just take a look at a good number of them that I think you may find useful as you work with Kustomize, starting with the build, which you've seen already. Kustomize build. So Kustomize build takes in a directory or path to a customization file as we've seen in the past. You can run the command with the help to get more information about it. So when you run Kustomize build, you need to pass in the directory that contains a customization file. And this is why. So right now I'm already in the deploy directory, but if I go back one step, okay, and going into the customize directory where I know I do not have a customization file in my root here. You can see that if I do an ls, you see I do not have a customization file here. If I try to do a customize build and I throw in a dot in there, I'm gonna get an error, okay? Because customize build only takes the directory or the path that contains the customization file, because the output or the result of a customized build is a hydration of a customization file. So you have to provide the path to a customization file. And that's why we can do build, deploy, pass in the path to our deploy, because we know we have a customization file in there. Okay, so that works. So that's how customized build works. Which one can we take a look at next? Let's see. The CFG or the config. So this is used for reading and writing customized configuration. So there's a lot you can do with the CFG command. If I do customize CFG help, you can see a good number of options available for us using the CFG. We can count, we can print resource configs that we have available, count, grep tree. Now let's take a look at the count. Right now in the deploy directory, I can count. I want to see how many resources I have in the MySQL directory. So I can do something like that using, I'll just go into the deploy directory now. And if I do a customize CFG count and I pass in the path to the MySQL, directory, I can count how many resources I have in there. So you can see the nicely formatted output tells me I have one deployment, one customization, and one service. And that's awesome. That can come in useful in your pipelines as you build customized pipelines if you need to resolve the number of resources in particular directories. And let's go back and take a look at what we have in there. We have the grep as well. Now the grep is very useful. It's still in alpha, as you can see. The grep helps you find or filter resources that you have available. So I can do a Kustomize CFG grep, and the grep takes in like a field path, the standard field paths that we have in our customization file. So I can do something like finding resources of kind deployment, for example, and I can pass in the path to my MySQL directory. And you can see that does a search for resources of kind deployment and prints it out. Okay, this can be useful if you need to maybe use sed or something to do a replacement. You can actually use the grep command, which I find can be helpful to you. Okay, now let's look at some other command. We've seen CFG completion. So now completion just helps you generate a set of customized bash or shell completion scripts. So if I do customize completion help, so you need to pass in the type of shell that you have, either a bash, ZSH, PowerShell, whatever kind of shell, and it's gonna generate a set of shell scripts that you can add to either your bash RC or ZSH RC based on the kind of shell that you're running, and have auto completion. So if I do completion, I'm on a Mac, so I can just do ZSH, and that gives me this output in here that I can now copy and maybe add into my bash or ZSH.rc file in this case, and then source that, and then I'm gonna have shell completion. Okay, that's all that command does really. And then let's see something else. Edit, create. So create is a nice one, so you can actually generate customization files yourself. I don't know how many times you may need to use this, because I don't seem to use it a lot. It's better to just create the file yourself and type in the values in here, but you can actually generate the file. So I'm just going to take a shot at this and see. I'm going to rename this file now to kustomize.old. Just make sure I don't have a customization file in that directory, in the deploy directory. I'm going to try to generate that customization file from the terminal. So kustomize, create. Now there's a lot you can do. You can set the namespace. Okay, I'm just gonna set namespace. You can set the name prefix, just like we have in there. You can set the resources as well. And we have MySQL. We have our base. You can do this as well. And you have namespace, the YAML. Okay. And you can add labels as well. Labels, I'm gonna say version CLI. I think that's enough. Now let's see. If I hit the enter key, you can see it generates customization file here for us. Okay, it did get all the resources in there correctly, the name prefix, the namespace, and it used the common label for the labels flag that I passed in. Okay, now this doesn't give you a lot of flexibility since you're doing it from the command line, so I actually prefer to just create it myself and everything I need in there. But this is helpful if you need to generate a very basic customization file in any of your workflows, so that can come in really handy. So now I'm just going to delete this file back because I don't need it. Okay, now we're going to bring back our customization file. Oops, now this is YAML, so customization.yaml. Okay, so that's how the create command works. Now let's see the customize edit command, right? So the edit command just helps you edit a customization file. So similar to how create works, but then it just edits an existing customization file. So I can do a customize edit. In this case, I already have a customization file in there. And let's say I want to add a name suffix. Okay, I can add a name suffix of say dev, for example, to my customization file. And okay, looks like I have a typo in there. Okay, so I need to provide the command that I want to use. Okay, and so customize edit help. Okay, so this needs a command. So you need to set either an add or set to set a particular field. Okay, in my case, I just want to set a field which is name suffix. So we're gonna do a customize edit set name suffix, and we're just gonna do dev. Now if we take a look at our customization file, we have name prefix and we have name suffix down here, which is dev. Now I don't like the ordering of this, but I mean, it's just CLI generated, right? So you may not have the best looking or formatted customization file when you use the CLI, but that's there for you if you need to use it. I'm just gonna take this out because I do not need this in my customization file. Okay, and that's how that works. Let's see what else we have. Function. Now function is used for running functions against configurations. I'm not going to dive into that one. Still an alpha command, but this is for advanced use cases where you need to create additional functions to run against some customized configurations. And help, we've seen the help already, which just gives you information about all the available customized CLI commands. And finally, you have version, which we have seen in the start of this course. So customized version just gives you the version of Kustomize that you have running. And that's it for this video. We've covered almost everything. But let's see. Oh, and stack trace. I think this is enabled by default. When we add the -- stack trace, it just prints out the stack trace of an error when an error occurs during the customization hydration process. So that's it for this video. I'll see you.